Hi, thank you very much for watching my earlier videos. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the planet Mercury. Why Mercury? Because Mercury is one planet that signifies something that we use and are influenced so heavily every day, day in and day out, and that is communication. Mercury rules over communication of any kind, written, spoken, email, or television, coming from the news, almost everything. Every planet in astrology has many features or signifies many things. Every planet signifies how a person will look, his qualities, his body parts, his diseases, the sicknesses, and the places, the professions, even deities, spices, plants, and many more. So, today, to understand Mercury, I'll give you a short story about how Mercury is born and why Mercury is how he is. So, there is a planet called Moon or Chandra in Hindi. Chandra has 27 wives. These 27 wives are the 27 nakshatras or the lunar mansions in the space. These are the 27 daughters of King Daksh. King Daksh is the son of Lord Brahma. He gave 27 daughters in wedding to the moon. And out of these 27, which are Ashwini, Bharni, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, the list goes on till the last quarter, or last part of the last sign of Pisces, and that is Revati. So in these lunar mansions, Moon is very fond of Rohini because Rohini is extremely beautiful. Rohini is blessed with abundance of wealth, prosperity, luxury, and everything about Rohini is beautiful. Chandra has 27 wives, yet Chandra goes and falls in love with Brihaspati's wife, Tara. Brihaspati is the priest in the solar system, in the solar kingdom. He's the wisest man, he's an advisor, he's a royal advisor, he's the most learned man who knows all the dharma, the Vedas, and everything that is of higher learning. He basically represents the higher learning. Chandra represents the mind, the strength of mind, the qualities of mind. They all are represented by Moon. How strong your will is, how much you will be influenced by good or evil, is what Moon is. How healthy your mind is. Will you live normal? Would you be mad? Lunacy or strong willpower, the iron willpower, they both are indicated by Moon. Moon is the fastest moving planet. He waxes and wanes. He is the most fickle-minded person, the most fickle-minded planet that is there, despite of representing. So Moon has, the pluses and minuses. That's why he's always waxing and waning, constantly on the move. Whenever in astrology, whenever travel is indicated, we look at Moon, because Moon represents so many more things just than the. But the primal thing what he represents is a mind. Because if there is no mind, the body has no value. It is the mind that will experience pain, happiness, sorrow. When your brain dead, the brain is not thinking. It's dead. The body is just lying, it has no meaning. When people go mad, it doesn't matter what they have. The mind is gone. So despite of being a significator of so many things, he goes and falls in love with Brihaspati's wife, Tara. And he elopes with her. When Brihaspati gets to know about it, he goes to Moon. He's a sensible man. He doesn't go fighting first. He very sensibly goes to Moon and says, "Give me my wife back." and moon refuses. Brihaspati goes back, talks to the Devtas. Everybody comes, puts pressure on him, tells him this is very immoral what he has done, and that to run away with Brihaspati's wife. After a lot of haggling, discussions, fight, threats, finally moon gives in. And Tara comes back. Brihaspati is a learned person. He's sensible, he's large-hearted. He accepts Tara. With the union of Tara and moon, there's a beautiful energy called Buddh born. When Brihaspati looks at this boy, he realizes that this energy, this boy, is not born of ordinary earthly pleasure, of lust. He is born of something else. He recognizes the child and takes him under his wings and guidance and grooms him. So Brihaspati brings up this boy and gives him all the wisdom and knowledge that he has. So here comes Buddha, a beautiful, remarkable combination of moon with all the strength of mind, the sensitivity, the waxing and waning, and the fixed rigidity and knowledge and learning and in-depth knowledge of all the divine sciences. Brihaspati. So this is what is Buddha. Buddha represents a bird called parrot. Buddha represents the deity Sri Narayan, Vishnu. That is why if you are going through Mercury Dasha, listen to Vishnu Sahasranam. That's one of the best remedies. Buddha represents in our body, in the natal chart, he rules over the 3rd house and the 6th house. The 3rd house stands for the co-borns, the younger brother. In body parts, it represents the shoulders, the nerves, the upper respiratory part. So it also represents the diseases related to them. Buddha represents leprosy, skin diseases, eczema, pain in shoulder related ailments, respiratory related ailments. Buddha represents mental aberrations. He is born of moon, remember, he is a mind. So whenever there is an ailment of mind, Buddha is affected. Buddha also represents the 3rd house. He represents the thinking power, the effort. What kind of effort you will do, that also is represented. Remember, 3rd house is also a bhava parakram, the valor. Buddha represents the 6th house in our natal chart. The 6th house is the lower abdomen, the intestines. So all the diseases of intestines, worms, parasites, the digestion related to that particular part, this all comes under the Buddha. But apart from that, the biggest thing which Buddha brings in is the mental aberration. So if Mercury is not well placed in the natal chart, is afflicted, the thinking is afflicted, and also is the study. So when you look at the chart, apart from the basic construction of a chart, astrologers also look individually how a planet is placed, because that is a karak or the significator of certain things. So if Buddha is a significator of intelligence, thinking, and if he is not well placed, just draw a basic calculation that yes, this thing can be affected. We can further verify by looking at the aspects. So that's another thing, that the best is that Buddha is not afflicted. The Buddha is not looked or aspected by a malefic. In the professions, Buddha represents people who are into communication. So reading, writing, scholars, researchers, authors, publishers, this kind of profession comes. Astrologers like me, they also come under Buddha. People who are good orators definitely have very strong Mercury with them, because that is communication skill. In today's times, even software programmers come under. Of course, for software programming, Ketu also comes in, because Ketu is one of the helping hands of software programmers. So Mercury and Ketu make good software programmers. Mercury and Jupiter together make good auditors, accountants, journalists. So Mercury, when it combines with some other planet, also gives us something. Remember, Mercury is a very soft planet. It turns retrograde very often. And Mercury also represents the third house, which is a house of short travel. So whenever Mercury is retrograde, you can see that in your chart, depending where its placement is, the short travel or travel related programs go upside down and haywire. So these are some significations of this planet. Of course, newspaper. Mercury represents the third house, so finger expert. Again, problems related to fingers, they also come in. So to understand a planet, one has to understand if there is a story behind it, it makes you understand the planet and see what it is representing in your chart. But apart from the role that it is playing in your chart, he has an individual role. And to sum up, Mercury is about intelligence, thinking, wisdom. Of course, memory is a part of Jupiter's domain also, but with Mercury also. Education, learning, the discriminating power, the power to speak well, the oratory skills. These are some of the areas of Mercury. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe my video and my channel. Thank you very much.